Are you tired of watching life move past while others stride forward with purpose and power? Are you tired of dropping into sleep with a tight chest and a noisy mind, wondering why success keeps slipping like water through your fingers? Are you done with promising that tomorrow will be different, only to wake up inside the same loop? Good. Let this be the night you choose a different road. Not a timid detour, an irreversible decision. From this moment on, you will not sleep like an ordinary man. Ordinary sleep is escape. Your sleep becomes instruction. Your body may lie still, but your mind never clocks out. It listens, it records, it obeys. Even now, as you breathe and settle, your subconscious is either shaping your destiny or sealing your defeat. There is no neutral. There is no idle. There is only direction, given or withheld. Most men pretend their thoughts are casual, harmless, disposable, but thought is cause. Thought is power. Thought is the first movement in every result you will ever touch with your hands. When the eyelids fall and the world grows quiet, the subconscious steps forward like a tireless worker, taking notes from whatever you repeated during the day. Feed it conflict, and it will build conflict. Feed it fear, and it will fortify fear. Feed it order, purpose, and faith, and it will construct a life to match. Tonight, you reverse the pattern. Tonight you plant on purpose. No drifting, no hoping, no wishful thinking. This is the method by which men have built empires out of ideas and confidence out of chaos. This is the inner discipline that separates wanderers from builders. You are not here for entertainment. You are here for transformation. And transformation is not an event. It is a practice, daily, nightly, relentlessly. Like water shaping stone, repetition shapes identity until action becomes inevitable. You will learn to give clear, definite commands to your subconscious. You will learn to shape identity in the stillness of night, so your days are pulled forward by a stronger gravity. You will learn to replace fear with faith and confusion with order. You will learn to repeat truths that grow roots. These hours are not casual. They are sacred, because here, in the quiet, your mind accepts the blueprint you present with the least resistance. Understand this law. Every dominant thought becomes a brick. Every sustained emotion becomes the blueprint. Every vivid image is a scaffold raised inside you. The law does not negotiate. It does not ask for your permission or your awareness. It builds with whatever material you supply. Most men surrender their nights to replays of regret, unpaid bills, distant arguments, and the passive poison of gossip and screens. Then they wonder why their mornings are heavy. You will do the opposite. You will take command. Look at the builders who came before you. Henry Ford did not rehearse failure. He saw process where others saw impossibility. Night after night, he pictured moving lines, standardized parts, and a world in which the common man could own a motorcar. That image, repeated, became a mandate, and his mind obeyed. Thomas Edison learned to slide between waking and sleep with a problem held lightly in hand, letting solutions surface from the deeper waters of mind. The light you flick on with your fingers is the residue of a man who used the night for instruction. Andrew Carnegie made a covenant with himself to master steel and then to give his fortune away. He repeated that covenant until it hardened into fact. Charles Schwab, with a contagious definiteness, magnetized men and money because his inner picture was already complete. Do not pretend these results were accidents. They were outcomes of mental order, of burning desire set to a definite aim, reinforced by repetition and carried by faith. Napoleon Hill codified the pattern because the pattern is real. Desire, faith, autosuggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, organized planning, decision, persistence, and the power of a mastermind alliance. These are not separate tricks. They are one living system, and its engine is the subconscious, conditioned by what you repeat when no one is watching. So we establish a new order. Begin by recognizing the two forces that have been steering you: suggestion from the world and suggestion from yourself. The first is loud, constant, and unqualified. It sells fear disguised as realism. It recycles other people's limits until they feel like your own voice. The second, self-suggestion, is quiet, but absolute when practiced with feeling and persistence. You will no longer absorb random inputs. You will author the inputs. Your mind is a garden. Left unattended, it grows whatever blows in on the wind. Doubts, second-hand opinions, old memories reanimated for no good reason. But a tended garden obeys the gardener. Tonight you pick up the tools: the trowel of conscious suggestion, the water of repetition, the sunlight of faith, and the pruning blade of decision. Move through your inner rose with authority. Pull up every creeping vine that begins with, "I can't." Cut away every root grown from another person's disappointment. Burn the weeds of shame, hesitation, and borrowed identity. You are not what the past predicted. You are what you now plant, daily, nightly, deliberately. Once cleared, you plant. Plant strength, clarity, discipline, courage, and calm power. Plant order. Plant a definite purpose so specific it can be pictured. Plant the standard you will meet tomorrow before you open your eyes. And then return to water these plantings, not once, not sometimes, but every night until their roots own the soil. There is a method to this. Dry words fall on hard ground. Emotionalized words penetrate. The subconscious responds to the charge behind your language, the feeling tone that says, "This is real," even before proof arrives. That is why visualization matters. Words carry images, images carry feeling, and feeling carries authority. When you picture with certainty, you stamp your instruction with a seal the subconscious does not refuse. So see it, not as a distant wish, but as a present state you are stepping into. See tomorrow's posture: shoulders back, eyes steady, movements clean. See the pace of your work, unhurried, undeniable. See decisions made swiftly and finally. See obstacles dissolving before your persistence. See the spaces you move through, neat, prepared, orderly, because your inner house is orderly. See the conversations, your voice calm and exact. See numbers that once intimidated you, now arranged into plans. See results showing up because the cause has been put in motion. This is not fantasy. This is rehearsal. This is the mind drawing the lines the world will later color in. Now, a warning: the first nights may feel unfamiliar. Old patterns will try to reassert themselves. You are not wrestling with a monster. You are retraining a servant. Habits built over years do not vanish in an hour, but they yield to persistence. Do not measure the work by immediate feeling. Measure it by your faithfulness to the practice. The subconscious accepts what is repeated, emotionalized, and definite. Deliver those three, and results must follow. Law, not luck. Decision is the hinge. Decide now that you no longer grant room to mental weeds. Decide that your nights are yours. Decide that you will program your internal speech with the same seriousness that others reserve for contracts and signatures. Decision collapses the distance between someday and now. It removes the escape hatches. It makes identity heavier than circumstance. When decision is real, your language tightens, your schedule tightens, your circle tightens, your results inevitably tighten. You are not alone in this work. Call your counsel, hill-kept and invisible, board of advisors, giants of courage, clarity, and principle, consulted in imagination until their qualities fused with his own. You may do the same. Choose figures, historic or personal, who embody the traits you require now. Seat them at your inner table. Ask for guidance in the atmosphere of night, and listen. The subconscious treats vivid mentorship as real. Repetition turns borrowed excellence into native strength. In a moment, you will begin the nightly sequence that imprints identity while you sleep. You will not beg, you will not bargain. You will instruct with calm authority because you understand the law and you are aligned with it. Your task in Part 1 is simple. Clear the ground, set the vision, and decide. In Part 2, we will move into the precise cadence of autosuggestion, the rhythm, the timing, the exact phrasing that turns words into wiring and belief into behavior. Breathe. Feel the body grow heavy and the mind grow bright. You are entering the workshop where invisible things are made solid. Tonight, the pattern changes. Tonight, the gardener returns to his field. Tonight, the builder lays down the first row of bricks that will carry the weight of a different life. Stay tuned, because what happens next is even more profound. Now that the ground is cleared and your decision has been made, you are ready to begin the true ritual of transformation. Listen carefully. This is not entertainment. This is not something you do halfway. This is the system of success used by every man who has ever risen above mediocrity. It is the language by which you command your subconscious. It is called autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is not wishful thinking. It is not repeating empty phrases. It is not begging life for scraps. It is the deliberate issuing of orders to your own subconscious mind. The silent, tireless worker that never sleeps, never rests, never resists. It takes whatever is repeated with belief, wraps it in habit, and delivers it back to you in the form of identity and results. Whether you know it or not, you have been practicing autosuggestion your entire life. If you have said, "I am unlucky," your subconscious accepted it. If you repeated, "I am always late," your subconscious built habits to match. If you whispered to yourself, "I can't," your subconscious arranged your actions to prove yourself right. It has been obeying you faithfully all along, even when you issued commands carelessly. Now you will take control. Now you will stop programming failure and start programming power. Autosuggestion is your sacred weapon, and like any weapon, it must be aimed, it must be handled with discipline, and it must be used daily. The 3 keys to autosuggestion. There are 3 elements without which autosuggestion does not work. Repetition. You must repeat your statements daily, nightly, relentlessly. Emotion. Words without feeling are dry seeds on stone. Emotion is the water that makes them grow. Belief. Even if belief feels small at first, you must speak as though it is already true. Belief is forged in the fire of repetition. Do not wait to feel ready. The man who waits for motivation is a drifter. The man who repeats truth until it becomes motivation is a master. The nightly sequence here is your ritual. Each night, before you fall into rest, you will repeat the following affirmations, not as a child hoping for a gift, but as a commander issuing orders. I am the architect of my mind. I build only what I choose. I am the type of person who follows through on every worthy idea. I am disciplined, persistent, and unshakable. I plant faith, courage, and order into my subconscious, and it obeys. My definite purpose is already mine. Every night I grow closer to its complete realization. Speak them slowly. Speak them with feeling. Imagine each phrase as a seed falling into the soil of your mind. And see yourself, see the man you are describing, as if he already stands before you. Identity over desire. Understand this. You must speak in the language of identity, not desire. If you say, "I want to be wealthy," your subconscious hears lack. If you say, "I am wealthy in thought, wealthy in confidence, wealthy in action," your subconscious accepts the identity and begins to form it in reality. Your subconscious is not concerned with wants. It only obeys repeated instructions framed as truth. Therefore, you must never beg. You must never wish. You must declare. Do not say, "I hope to be disciplined." Say, "I am disciplined." Do not say, "I want confidence." Say, "I am confident." My voice carries authority. Do not say, "I need success." Say, "I am successful because I think, act, and persist like a successful man." This shift is not minor. It is the difference between drifting and destiny. The power of visualization words alone are not enough. You must clothe them in imagery. When you repeat your affirmations, close your eyes and see yourself living them out. If you say, "I am a man of confidence," imagine yourself walking into a room. See the straightness of your spine, the calmness of your breath, the decisiveness in your eyes. See how people turn toward you with respect, drawn to your certainty. If you say, I am a man of wealth, see the numbers in your accounts growing. See yourself making investments with clarity. See your family secure. See yourself providing. See the physical representation of wealth. But more importantly, feel the calm assurance of knowing it is already real. Visualization is not fantasy. Visualization is blueprint. The subconscious builds according to the image you repeat with feeling. Faith and persistence. Do not be fooled into thinking that one night of practice will undo years of careless suggestion. The weeds of doubt have had time to grow deep roots. But faith, repetition, and persistence always win. When doubt rises, replace it at once. Say, that thought is not mine. That thought does not serve me. And then affirm again, I am the type of person who persists. I do not quit. I do not turn back. Faith is not passive. Faith is active repetition of truth until it becomes a law inside you. Remember Henry Ford. He was not the most educated man, nor the wealthiest to begin, but he was definite. He told himself again and again, I will build a car for the common man. When experts laughed, he repeated it. When investors doubted, he repeated it, until the repetition hardened into fact and the world adjusted to his belief. That is the law you now use. That is the law you now master. Your nightly command now, as you prepare for rest. Repeat these words with calm authority. I am the master of my thoughts. I am the type of person who commands his subconscious with clarity. While I sleep, my future is forming. Every night I grow stronger, more definite, more disciplined. My definite purpose is carved into my identity. It is who I am. Let these words echo inside you. Let them sink into the silence. Let them become the new music of your inner world. Do not rush. Do not speak casually. Speak as though your entire life depends on these words, because it does. Your subconscious is listening. It is recording. It is already at work, and in the morning, you will rise taller, walk clearer, and act more definite, not by chance, but by the law you have now chosen to obey. Stay with me, because in part 3, you will learn how to tie these affirmations to your definite chief aim, how to crystallize one burning desire into the unshakable magnet that pulls every opportunity toward you. Stay tuned, because the next step is where power becomes destiny. Now that you understand the ritual of autosuggestion, we must give it a target. Without a definite aim, repetition is scattered energy. Without a clear direction, the subconscious has no blueprint to build from. This is why most men drift. They repeat thoughts of confusion, vague desires, or borrowed goals. But drifting ends tonight. From this night forward, you will choose and declare your definite chief aim, the one great purpose that pulls your mind, your energy, and your spirit into unity. Why you need a definite chief aim, think of a magnifying glass. When scattered sunlight passes through it unfocused, nothing happens. But when that glass is tilted at the right angle, the same scattered light is concentrated into a beam so powerful it can ignite fire. Your thoughts are no different. Scattered, they are weak. Concentrated, they are unstoppable. Napoleon Hill called this the definite chief aim, a single burning desire, made specific given shape, and repeated with such persistence that your subconscious cannot conceive of life without it. Andrew Carnegie carried such an aim, to dominate the steel industry and later to give away more wealth than any man before him. Both he achieved because he knew where he was going. Thomas Edison carried such an aim, to harness electricity, to light the world, and to pioneer invention after invention until his name was etched into history. Henry Ford carried such an aim, to bring affordable automobiles to the masses. These men were not wandering, they were definite, and now you will be definite. Crafting your aim must be clear, not a wish, not a vague hope, a precise declaration. Do not say, I want success. That is for the drifter. Say, I am building a thriving business that earns specific amount per year through service that improves lives. Do not say, I want to be healthier. Say, I am a man of strength and discipline. My body is lean, energetic, and resilient because I feed it and train it with purpose. Do not say, I want confidence. Say, I am confident. I walk with certainty. I speak with clarity. I decide swiftly and persistently. Whatever your aim, make it definite. Make it measurable. Make it emotional. Make it something you can picture with such vivid clarity that your subconscious accepts it as fact. Repetition. Tied to purpose, every night as you practice autosuggestion, you will not merely repeat generic affirmations. You will weave your definite chief aim into your commands. Say aloud, I am the type of person who lives with a clear and definite purpose. My definite chief aim is already mine. Every thought, every action, every day moves me toward it. I am building the life I see in my mind. Nothing can stop me because I persist without exception. I do not hope. I do not wait. I decide. I act. I persist. And I achieve. Do you feel the difference? This is no longer random affirmation. This is the alignment of thought, belief, and desire into one blazing focus. The magnet of desire, your definite chief aim, becomes a magnet. The more you repeat it, the more your subconscious scans the world for opportunities that match. You will notice conversations, ideas, and connections that once slipped past you. You will find courage where hesitation used to live. You will persist when others quit, because the image of your aim will not let you rest until it is complete. This is not mysticism. This is psychology, backed by the law of repetition. Your subconscious is like a heat-seeking instrument. It moves toward the target you program it with. Most men have no target. Their aim is scattered, their language is uncertain, and their results reflect it. But you tonight, you are different. You are setting the target. You are becoming definite. Building faith into your aim faith is the fuel that drives desire into reality. At first, your faith may feel small, like a flickering candle, but repetition builds it into a roaring flame. Every night, you must speak your aim as if it is already real. Every morning, you must remind yourself of it before the world distracts you. And every obstacle must be met with the declaration, this is part of the path. I persist. I advance. I do not turn back. Remember, circumstances are the effect. Thought is the cause. What you see in your life now is the residue of old thinking. But what you are programming tonight is the seed of your next reality. Your nightly declaration. Close your eyes now. Breathe deeply. See your aim clearly. Picture it with all the detail you can muster. And repeat these words. I am the master of my destiny. My definite chief aim is engraved into my soul. I think, act, and persist as the man who has already achieved it. Obstacles cannot stop me. Delay cannot discourage me. Doubt cannot enter me. Every night I plant faith. Every morning I rise stronger. My burning desire is my law, and my subconscious is already building it into reality. Feel these words. See the vision. Let the repetition, emotion, and belief unite into one unstoppable force. This is the process by which desire becomes faith, faith becomes action, and action becomes results. You have cleared the ground, you have planted the seed, you have set the aim. Now, in part 4, we will take this even deeper. How to persist until success bends, how to build an inner alliance with powerful minds, and how to seal this new identity into permanence. Stay with me, because what comes next will give you the endurance to carry your purpose until destiny has no choice but to obey. You now hold the tools, the clearing of the mind, the ritual of autosuggestion, and the power of a definite chief aim. But tools are only valuable when used persistently. A single night of planting does not yield a harvest. It is the nightly ritual, the unbroken chain of repetition that shapes destiny. This is where most men fail. They begin with fire but quit when the flame wavers. They expect transformation in a moment, but identity is carved through persistence. Remember, a river cuts through stone not because of force, but because of constant flow. Your persistence is the river. The law of persistence you must decide now. I persist until what? Until my aim is real, until my mind is reprogrammed, until my results bend to match my identity. There is no quitting point. There is no expiration date. Quitting is the privilege of the drifter, and you are no drifter. You are definite. Say aloud, I persist until. I do not quit. I do not turn back. I endure. Every repetition strengthens me. Every night I grow more definite. I am the type of person who never stops until he succeeds. Obstacles will come. They are not signals to stop. They are proof that you are advancing. Every challenge is an invitation to persistence, a chance to deepen the groove of your identity. The mastermind principle. Even the strongest man requires allies. Napoleon Hill taught the mastermind principle. When two or more minds come together in harmony toward a definite aim, a third mind is formed, a greater intelligence, a reservoir of power and ideas that no man can access alone. Look at Andrew Carnegie. He did not build his empire alone. He surrounded himself with a team of powerful men, each specialized, each definite, all united under one aim. The Steel Empire was not just Carnegie's, it was the collective power of a mastermind alliance. You too must form your mastermind. In reality and in imagination, surround yourself with voices that strengthen, never voices that weaken. Limit the influence of doubters, critics and complainers. Seek out those who build, those who persist, those who walk with clarity. And in your nightly ritual, you can expand your mastermind in imagination. Hill created his invisible council, advisors drawn from history, men of courage, wisdom and strength, whom he consulted nightly in the theatre of his mind. Over time, their qualities became part of his own character. So choose your counsel. See them seated at your inner table. Invite their strength into your vision. Hear them affirm your aim. Let their certainty fuel your own. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined counsel. It accepts vivid imagination as fact. Sealing your new identity, persistence and mastermind seal your new identity into permanence. But identity must be claimed now, not someday. You must step into the man you intend to become tonight. Repeat with me. I am disciplined. I am persistent. I am decisive. I am the type of person who commands his mind and directs his destiny. I do not drift. I do not doubt. I do not quit. My definite chief aim is already mine, and I persist until it is visible to all. I am the gardener of my mind, the builder of my future, and the master of my fate. Speak these words not as wishes, but as law. Speak them until your subconscious accepts them as your only reality. Speak them until your actions and decisions naturally align with them. Speak them until the world has no choice but to recognize the man you have declared yourself to be. The closing vision. Now close your eyes. See yourself 5 years from now, living your definite chief aim. See the life around you, where you live, how you speak, how you move. See the fruits of your persistence. See the strength of your identity. Feel the calm authority of a man who has conquered himself. This is not fantasy. This is the future already forming in the present. Every night you return to this vision, you carve it deeper. Every affirmation is a hammer stroke. Every repetition is another brick laid in the architecture of destiny. The old you is gone. The drifter is dead. The man of doubt, hesitation, and fear has been uprooted. In his place stands a definite man, a man of faith, purpose, persistence, and power. And every night you listen, every night you repeat, every night you visualize, that man grows stronger. The final affirmation. Repeat these words as you drift into sleep, and let them echo in your subconscious. I am the master of my thoughts. I am the builder of my destiny. I persist until I succeed. I am aligned with my definite purpose, and nothing can stop me. While I sleep, my future is forming. While I rest, my mind obeys. I am becoming the man I have chosen to be. Let these words sink deep. Let them become the rhythm of your breath, the pulse of your heart, the music of your soul. And as you drift into rest, know this. The transformation has already begun. Your subconscious is listening. It is building. It is obeying. Sleep now, not as an ordinary man, but as a man of purpose. For tonight you have planted greatness, and tomorrow you will rise as the living proof of it.